Hello viewers and welcome to another Doctor Who episode review. Today I'm reviewing The 10th Planet, which is a mostly surviving story, a 4-part story with the last part missing, but I've obviously watched the DVD with the animated reconstruction of that. It ran from the 8th to the 29th of October 1966, and it starred William Hartnell as the Doctor, Annick Wills as Polly, and Michael Craze as Ben Jackson, and the story was written by Kit Pedler and Jerry Davis. So, what to say about this story? This story, I thought, was extremely good. Extremely good. It kept me interested, unlike The Smugglers, which were terrible. So yeah, I'm going to delve in with going through what basically happened. So basically, the TARDIS crew landed on Earth, South Pole, 1986, and they get taken inside sort of like the space station, and yeah, there's two people in space, monitoring and the whole thing. They're in the middle of something, and they find it strange how visitors can visit the South Pole. They can't just appear, but they did, and they end up finding a planet that somehow looks like Earth, like an upside down Earth, and they don't have a clue what it is. However, the Doctor does, but nobody believes him. That is Mondas, the planet of the Cybermen, and this story is obviously the first ever story to feature the Cybermen, and as usually referred to, the Mondasian Cybermen, who were very good in this episode, very creepy. The voices, I do like the voices of them as well. Just thought I'd add that in there. So we get the whole mystery thing of, how has that appeared? It's coming closer to Earth. So yeah, there was that mystery, and then it ends up where the Cybermen have arrived in the South Pole, and have killed a couple of men, and yeah, that was basically the first part. Very exciting and very interesting. Then as we get to part 2, the Cybermen walk into the space station and they start killing people, and straight away we know that they don't have any emotions. They can't feel things. They don't have empathy, and especially with the voices, you can really tell that with these Cybermen, because they don't have any expression. They're very robotic, but also human-like, which is pretty good to say that, every time we see them after the 10th planet, they're looking more mechanical and more robotic because they keep upgrading, of course. But the Doctor knows them. He's seen them before. I don't know if he has seen them before, but he knows of them. So he knew that everyone were going to be in trouble, and they're quite dangerous creatures, or dangerous humans to be around. And yeah, so that was very interesting to see. I was putting my mind in gear to pretend that I'm sat there in 1966 not knowing who the Cybermen are, because that's the best way to view the episode, I think. And it ends up where the Doctor's fainted and he gets taken away into this room, and it's basically Ben and Polly's sort of, they take the main role of the Doctor, really, because he doesn't really make an appearance in episode 3. So basically they realise that Mondas is going to be destroyed, so the Cybermen are kind of wanting planet Earth, and they're wanting to live there permanently and upgrade everyone into Cybermen. And we get the whole thing with the two spacemen that their ship has exploded, and the general has his son in one of them, and the only way in his eyes is to destroy Mondas early, just to destroy it completely. But obviously that would have effects on Earth and the atmosphere, because it's getting closer and closer, so it would affect Earth. So Ben and Polly basically have the role in episode 3 of trying to make the general think differently. And episode 3 is basically that, really. And yeah. So episode 4, that basically continues. The Doctor comes round and the Cybermen re-arrive again. And yeah, they're taking control of everything, and anyone who doesn't obey their rules gets killed. And they're very creepy. Very, very creepy in this story. I really loved the Cybermen. But we didn't... I'm quite surprised, really. We didn't really see much of them. We only ever saw them in episode 2 and episode 4. But coming into this episode, because I last watched it years and years and years ago, and you know, I watched it yesterday for this review, and yeah, I was quite surprised to see that they were in the episode as much as I thought. Yeah. So yeah, you get the whole thing with them taking control, and Ben were great in this episode, and Polly as well, trying to stop it all from happening, stop the rocket from launching, from destroying Mondas. And yeah, that's basically the full story, really, and it was very interesting, and it makes me want to just jump straight into the moon base, but obviously there is 4 stories before that, or 3 even. And yeah, that was basically it. Very interesting story. And yeah, so then we move on to the final part of episode 4, where the Doctor's very weak, and Ben and Polly don't know what's got into him, because he usually like laughs, and as they go back to the TARDIS, yes, let's go, that sort of thing. And he was very, very weak, and they didn't know what was going on. And yeah, the Doctor goes ahead to the TARDIS, and Ben and Polly walk behind, and that was it. We all know what happens. William Hartnell regenerates into Patrick Troughton, and that's how it ends. Now, as I was watching that section of the 10th Planet, I was thinking about the episode Twice Upon a Time, the last Peter Capaldi episode, and you know, and I was also thinking about my view on the episode The Timeless Children, which I'm not going to go about in this review because it's the 10th Planet review. But people with The Timeless Children thought everything that got added to the canon destroyed it, but it didn't. And my response with to that was, in Twice Upon a Time and The 10th Planet, that them two didn't connect. That were destroying it. But after rewatching The 10th Planet, and after researching The 10th Planet after I watched it, I'm kind of in the change of heart. In Twice Upon a Time, I still think William Hartnell, the First Doctor, is portrayed badly, with bad dialogue. Because William Hartnell's the First Doctor wouldn't say those things that I said in Twice Upon a Time, which really annoyed me throughout watching it. But the whole thing with the 10th Planet, after I did my research, apparently William Hartnell's the First Doctor, his final line was supposed to be, no, I'm simply not going to change. I will not change. and that was supposed to be the First Doctor's final line in the 10th Planet, but it got changed at the last minute. So I kind of like the way Stephen Moffat incorporated that line into Twice Upon a Time, because it was supposed to be his final line, and I don't know why it changed in the 10th Planet, but that was supposed to be it. So now I do respect what Moffat did in Twice Upon a Time. I just thought I'd say that because people know that I didn't like the way the dialogue was with the First Doctor in Twice Upon a Time. So I think that's all for the 10th Planet. An overall very good story. The first appearance of the Cybermen, the last appearance of the First Doctor, well, until the Three Doctors, spoiler. And yeah, I can't wait to start reviewing the Patrick Troughton stories, and next will be The Power of the Daleks, which I watched the telesnaps before the DVD release, but when I come to doing it, I will be obviously reviewing the DVD release. But from what people have said, the animation is not the best, and I'll be the judge of that. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe. What do you think of the 10th Planet? Do you think it's the best Cyberman story? Do you think it's the best William Hartnell story? Or do you think it's just a decent, solid story? Yeah, you can be the judge of that. Yeah, see you later, and bye.